Get ready for some great music and great stories. Band in Seattle starts right now. Welcome to Band in Seattle. I'm Xander Denke, and with me is David Michael Stedman, songwriter, music editor, and lead singer of the band The Stax Brothers, to talk about tonight's bands, Fox and the Law and Dude York.
I fell in love with Dude York when they announced they were America's band. There's such a nice dynamic with a boy and a girl trading leads. Just a boy standing next to a girl, rocking the club with a catchy list of pop-punk songs for the next generation.
It's patriotic.
It's America.
We'll be right back with more of Dude York.
I heard life can find a way, a hopeless case, open every day.
Hello, my name is Peter Richards. I play guitar and do a little singing in Dude York, and when I'm not on stage, I'm eating Cheez-Its at home.
I'm Claire. I play bass and sing in Dude York, and when I'm not doing that, I'm an illustrator and maker of things.
Hi, my name is Andrew Hall. I play rock drums in the rock band Dude York, and when I'm not playing rock drums in my rock band, I can be seen checking my email.
If you feel or feel the pain, if you find satisfaction from getting paid, the both of your hands are up, you've just been made. Baby, you were born different.
Personally, Blackjack is a song about using all of my pedals. It's, I guess, very loosely based on an Osamu Tezuka manga called Blackjack about an unlicensed surgeon. People always want Blackjack to operate on them, which seems very dangerous, but he always gets the job done.
I've been lying on myself, neglecting my own head, too afraid to ask for help, tried to do it all by myself, a silver little myself, my friend, my only will, as far as I can tell, nobody does it all right.
I knew Peter way back when. He played a compelling rock guitar. We had made some weird electronic songs together in the summer of, I guess it must have been 2008. And then there was a very dead, very cold winter. We hung out in a closet and played some songs together and terrorized the people who lived in that house. And we played some parties, and some people liked it, I guess. So we just kind of rolled with things from there.
Well, I knew Claire from high school, and I was a big fan of her band, Natalie Portman's Shaved Head.
When that band was coming to an end, he texted me and asked if I wanted to be in Dude York.
Claire started playing rock bass, and then Claire started singing songs, and now it's a three-pronged rock music delivery system.
Well, when I first was approached, I didn't quite know that I was just being auditioned as a bassist, or that they were trying to get me in the band. I thought they were just sort of putting the feeler out there, but it sounds like maybe they had a plot to get me in the band from the beginning.
Well, that's just the way, well, that's just the way I feel, yeah. Well, that's just the way, well, that's just the way, well, that's just the way I feel, yeah.
the top upon the rain dropped and it shook the whole world apart. Oh, I swam just to see if he was out there fine. I'm sure he's there, it seems like all he ever does is hide.
Tonight is the first song that I've sung in Dude York. It's a song that I wrote like years ago and I'd never really shared it with anyone, and then we were having like a song sharing day, I guess. We were trying to write some new material. I felt very nervous to play it for Peter and Andrew, but I did, and they were both just like so supportive. They were like, whoa.
Claire is, one of my very best friends. Yeah, she's a nerd. But like, who's worth knowing that's not a nerd? When Claire's performing, I see a lot of strength. I see a lot of Claire, and I see all the things that I like about Claire. Regardless of what's being received, I think that she is being herself, or being at least honest in the moment. I think that's what's exciting about playing with Claire and watching her on stage.
Peter is great. It's really nice to work with him as a guitarist because we do have the kind of understanding of like, we're sort of making music with just a bass and a guitar, but like he's really good at making up for that other guitar that we don't have, because he likes to sort of combine a lead and a rhythm in the same part.
Since you've been gone, all I do is hesitate. I wish that I could hate. Oh no, not wanting to hate. Not want to communicate. Not paralyzed in silence. I'm paralyzed.
Paralyzed is more or less the comedy number about like the extreme negative feelings sort of taken to their logical conclusion. It's a scream therapy kind of thing, I guess.
Andrew, he's got an incredible knowledge of like music, like an encyclopedic knowledge. Yeah, he's like a totally self-taught drummer, and I don't think, can you tell? I mean, like, he's great.
Yeah, there's just nobody quite like Andrew. It's hard to begin describing him. Whenever he's at a party and there's like a Sonos system at the party, he plays Mambo No. 5 on the lowest possible volume setting on repeat. That's Andrew right there. I just want to keep performing, I want to keep writing, I want to be in the future and happy. And I think that is dependent on performing and writing and participating in the arts to as maximum a degree as possible.
I definitely like for us to do more touring. We just went on a tour that was not without its difficulties, vans breaking down, blizzards. To me, it's all about just finding the people who are really going to connect to your music. Like, it's about just wanting to make that connection. I just want to find those people who like Dude York, but they don't know it yet.
Peter is a fine rock guitarist, and Claire is a fine rock bassist, and the three of us write and perform what I hope to be fine rock songs that perhaps push in interesting directions and produce a compelling experience for anybody who happens to be in the room with us.
More than any band in America today, the Fox and Law captures the feeling it must have been like in the 1970s, trying to outrun the cops off-road in a muscle car. You know what I'm talking about? Even the guitar fuzz riffs smell like burning oil.
We'll be right back with Fox and the Law.
I never ran from a problem that I have seen before. I only ran towards your girl that everyone adores. She's got a long, 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 long life.
Hi, I'm Guy Keltner, and I am the singer and guitarist for Fox and the Law. I am a full-time musician.
To the devil.
We call it stoner glam, because we're big T-Rex fans and big Bowie fans, but then we also love like stoner rock, like The Sword. Nod to the Devil is just an excuse to just play really fast. I don't think the lyrics mean anything.
This is Daniel O'Neill, drummer for Fox and the Law, and when I'm not playing for Fox and the Law, I'm here at Diggity Dog in Tangletown slinging hot dogs. The first gig that we had with Fox and the Law was in the U District, this bar called the Rat and Raven. It doesn't exist anymore, it's been bought out a couple times. Yeah, that was my first gig. I had no idea what to do, you know, as far as like protocol, load-in times. And I remember when Pete joined the band, he was like, what's a load-in? I'm like, well, that's when we load our gear in.
I'm Sweet Pete, a lead guitarist for Fox and the Law, and when I'm not playing guitar, I'm thrifting. Well, my first band was actually Fox and the Law. I'd never been in a band until I was 23 or so, and I went to high school with Guy. He was really good friends in high school with my roommate in college. At one point, I was playing guitar in my room, and he came upstairs, knocked on my door, and I hadn't seen the guy in probably 5 or 6 years, and he says, "Oh my God, I didn't know you could play. We should jam sometime." Of course, you know, over a drunken night in college, it turned into like what he calls me 4 years later. It's like, hey, our guitarist left the band. I remember that one time I heard you play. Would you be interested in being in a band? I was just like, whoa, yeah?
Hey, what's up? I'm Patrick. We're here at the Summit Public House, where I work when I'm not rocking the thunderous bass lines with Fox and the Law.
I can say what I want when I wanna. I get what I get when I gotta.
Emily is a variation on a theme, basically. The whole song is one theme over and over, done differently. And the way that it comes together with the left turn at the middle of the song where it gets kind of funky. Dan actually came up and he's like, Pat, why don't you go down on this instead of following the riff, and ended up making it funky. And then we go and it gets heavy again, and it's a really, really great song, I think. Like personally, it's one of my favorites to play.
Emily, I know you need a friend. Sweet, sweet Emily, I love you to the end. I can't believe that you can be so cold.
Guy did some demos with another drummer right before Dan, and it didn't really work out. The drummer was really good, but you know, he was looking, he's like, man, and like the Law, and then Dan came in, he's like, man, you are the Law. They were like, okay, the Law, what goes with the Law? And so the guy was, how about Fox? When I first met them and started, he was Guy Fawkes, like Guy Fawkes, the whole thing, and then it just didn't work out. It was like, yeah, you don't want to be labeled a terrorist or whatever. It just stuck, you know, it was like Fox and the Law. Basically, Dan and I, and then Pete, when he's not like, we're the Law, we're the cohesiveness, and Guy is the Fox, and we kind of keep everything together, you know, while Guy goes and dances and parades around like, you know, like a little pretty boy.
I mean, we're such good friends, and then when you play that kind of music and you all dig it, you just start to really move with each other, and there's a way you handle yourselves that you don't even notice it at first, but it develops over time.
I had it out in your message. This has never felt so wrong.
Innocence is my favorite Fox and Law song. That's why we close with it. Total breakup song. I don't even know where that riff came from. It was something cool. I wrote that on like a classical guitar and just kept playing that a ton. And the song like got written like that too. I remember getting up in the morning. I was at my friend's apartment and I picked up a guitar and just started playing that. And it was like written within like 15 minutes.
I kept your number like you told me.
4 full-length records, an EP, 2 live records, 5 West Coast tours, and 2 UK tours in 4 years. So we just decided that it was time to like kind of take a break.
Technically, we're done as a band, but I think, you know, we'll probably have a reunion scheduled sometime. I think on Facebook everybody was like, sad emoji, why?
When the band was performing a lot, I mean, there'd be weekends where I'd be in Portland finishing up a gig at 2 in the morning, and I'd have to drive back to Seattle and start work at 5:30. I mean, like, if something's important enough to you to bend over backwards and make it work, then you'll do it. I'll have a couple cruddy days at work. That's fine. If I get to have a great show and enjoy that and ride that high of people being, you know, thank you so much for playing. It's so great to meet you. You guys did a great job. That, for me, is better than any drug.
I'm in this band called Acid Tongue. We've been a band less than a year, but I mean, we've been making the smarter decisions about the early parts of our career right now. Things that I regretted not doing with Fox and the Law, I'm able to apply to my other projects now. I want to just have like freedom with everything. I think that's most important. It's just to be able to do whatever I want, take shows when I feel like it. Like, I'm trying to build a brand for my own name as much as like everything else, so that I don't have to be beholden to anybody else. It's like some people will give you crap for branding because you're like, you're selling out. And I'm like, no, I'm trying not to sell out. I don't want Pepsi to have to pay me to do this. I want to do this because I can do this, you know? So that's when your brand becomes a really important thing, is it defines you.
I like to get into doing some promoting stuff and helping other bands and younger musicians with gigs and whatnot, keeping the music here alive. I want to give back a little bit to the community that's given me so much.
Hey, that's it for tonight's Band in Seattle. If you want to hear more, check us out on bandinseattle.com, where you can hear full concerts and find links for more information about our bands and where they're playing next. David?
To stay up on the whole Northwest and worldwide band scene, check out my 100milesofmusic.com. We celebrate the underdogs all around the world, even other galaxies.
Whoa. Thanks for watching. Join us next week for more great music and great stories on Band in Seattle.